you touched on something, and it's the name of the show, and but you didn't say the words. But I heard you say, between you and your boyfriend, money's not really a big deal, right? So all of a sudden, this thing that is the number one stressor in relationships in the world right now for you guys isn't a big deal
No.
because of this plan, because of the purpose of that we started this show and titled the show Off Limits, not because this topic is off limits, but to kind of shatter that idea and make this subject of money not something that's off limits. And so for you guys are very open about it. You communicate about it. You're communicating with your family about it, maybe over communicating in the beginning, right?
Yes.
And talking too much, but that's good, right? And we joke about on the show that we're changing the world, right? And but you are, because your kids are now adopting these behaviors. You're replacing bad habits with good habits. You're giving them something that so many people are not getting, that has so much value, which is just good financial responsibility and good habits and a good kind of philosophy, right? When it comes to how they're going to approach their money. I love that he's saving up for, a day trip to a state park that he doesn't even have to pay for. Right?
Exactly.
I mean, if that's his attitude now, he's never going to be in debt. Never. Not one day in his life. He's going to pay cash for his first house. I mean, that's how amazing is that?
No, he definitely doesn't want any debt. And, the other big thing for me, and I want to make sure with my kids, is there's no shame in money. Like, that was the biggest thing. I've talked to people that I work with and people out in the community that I meet. And, sometimes it'll come down, we'll have a conversation about money, not even just on accident, or who's going to pick up the dinner bill, or who's covering tips, stuff like that. And the amount of shame people have, like, you can see it on their face when they're wondering, can I swing the tip? And it's like, don't worry, honey, I got it. But there shouldn't be this whole idea of not telling your kids about money, because it isn't taught in schools as much as it should be. It's getting better, and stuff like that, but it's not taught maybe the way I wish it would be taught. And you have to share it with your kids. You've got to let them know, that it's going to be okay. I think I think I told Christine, my daughter, Olivia, she wanted to go to the beach for spring break. And some of her friends were very upset that she couldn't go because mommy wasn't paying for the ticket. Because with her friends' parents pay for everything. We are not in that type of household. Okay, I help as much as I can. And she couldn't go, and she wasn't upset about that, but her friends were very upset, and to the point of, you need to find a new mom. This mom is not good. And because they never understood, they've never been taught. And I told Christine, like, eventually I had to come truthful with her, because the reason I couldn't afford to send her to Daytona was because I saved up and I was sending her to Rome, Italy to be with her best friend over spring break. So finally I had to just tell her and be like, listen, you're not going to stay home working over spring break. You're going to go visit your best friend over there. I've already talked to him. I got, we're going to get the plane ticket. I already have the money saved up. He's excited. And I thought she was going to go through the screen on a FaceTime. Like, it was.
Yeah, I haven't heard the end of the story. I knew you were saving for it, but yes. I didn't know she knows now.
So, but yes, no, she knows. And because she bought the ticket, so everything was in her name. It makes it easier, international flights. I didn't want anything, but I just gave her the money because I had it saved up, and she's beyond excited. She can't wait to go to in March. But the other young people, and they're in their 20s, but they just think that the money mom and dad just always paid, and it's
they
like
do whatever they want.
Exactly. Yeah. No, honey, because God forbid something happens with mom and dad, just their job or whatever. You can't always make that guarantee.
That's a great lesson, though. For her, she didn't get what she wanted, that immediate want, right? But she got something so much better because the answer to this other thing was no.
Yes.
I think there's a lot to be learned in that little example. That's so great.
No, and she saw me. She's like, "How did you even save up for this?" And I go, little at a time. I said, "We discussed this last Christmas when Joey was home, her friend, and he told me he got the internship." And I was like, "Oh, we're going. I'm sending her to you." because and he was like, you let me know. So, but it took time, and she understood that too. She's like, you've been saving forever. I said, not forever, but a chunk of time.
What a gift. What a gift. You're teaching your children, and they're going to teach their children. And this whole idea of financial stress being the number one cause of stress in America, the number one cause of stress in relationships, right? The number one reason for divorce. Like this cancer, financial stress, I'm calling it a cancer, will eventually, I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, but in my children's lifetime, my daughter's lifetime, our children's lifetime, for sure, I believe it, because there's more money coaches like us popping up. There's more people who want to be emboldened and want to do better with their money. And there's more people to help them. So I really believe that we are trendsetters. We're on the cutting edge of this, and I'm glad you're here with us talking about it. So I have a question that I want to ask you, because people may be listening and they're like, wow, like everything's going great. She's saving money, she's paying off debt, she's traveling, she's teaching her kids. Why is she still in a coaching program? Like, what's your answer to that? So we used to meet monthly and now we meet quarterly. So we meet every 3 months. But why is that something you want to keep budgeting your money for and spending your time with me, other than that I'm just a fabulous person?
You are a fabulous person. But
no self-promotion there at all.
I need the second set of eyes. I need a level of accountability where, somebody to answer to a certain extent, but also somebody to look at my stuff and say, Christine, it looks great. Have you tried this? Because sometimes I get tunnel vision and I just, cut and paste the same budget, change it up a little bit. And, you see stuff I don't see when it comes to the numbers. And that's what I need that. And I need somebody who is there to be like reminding me I'm doing a great job. Because when I do take a couple steps back sometimes, or, have to do something I'm not proud of, I am the type of person where I take it seriously. I take it personally, and I need someone there to be like, listen, you're still going forward. You just took one step back. It's not that big of a deal. Calm yourself down and keep going. And that's what she does for me.
And I think that support, what you just explained, is important for listeners to hear, because people are trying to do it alone. And I know for myself, when I'm doing something on my own, all the thoughts are swirling in my head. I don't have clarity I would as if I was helping a friend or a client or a family member. So having support and having someone be that second set of eyes for you really is so beneficial. Absolutely. So I'm glad that is what you're experiencing, because that is the intention of the quarterly coaching, the extended coaching program.
I like with the quarterly coaching where I'm instead of, as a teacher, my year goes September to June, or September to September. And by chunking it up, I really can see, I can, say, all right, this is my goal for the 3 months. This is my goal. And it helps me to make it more digestible. Where I may want at the end of the school year, I want, let's say, $2,000 in my vacation account. In September, I might be like, dang. But if I know I'm only going to need this much, these 3 months, it makes it easier for me in my brain so I don't freak out too much.
It's more manageable.
Yes.